one of the great foot soldiers of New Hampshire. I'd like to bring up the mayor of Manchester, who is literally standing in for Kelly, the U.S. Senator's Kelly Ayotte. He is commanding the table right now and commanding the city at the same time. It's my pleasure to introduce Ted Gatsas, our mayor, the Queen City Mayor.
Thanks, Jeff. Good evening, everybody. Certainly an honor and a pleasure to be here. Look around the room and know that this crowd has grown over the last 10 years, and certainly it's an impressive crowd. And certainly, Jeff, I commend you for the crowd you got here this evening, and certainly welcome the mayor from New York, or America's mayor, to Manchester. We have lunch today. We have an opportunity to kind of have some discussion about different things. And I think that the most important thing that when I see Mayor Giuliani come to Manchester, it reminds me that this year is going to be the 10th anniversary of 9/11. And that's something we as Americans should never forget. And it's not just about remembering it when it's the 10th anniversary, it's about remembering it every single day. Because that was a day that we're never going to forget. And I'll never forget when I was watching TV and there was the mayor telling everybody not to worry and it would be better. We have some difficult times here in Manchester, but I'm telling you, it's going to be better. We've got a budget presentation next week. It certainly will be interesting. There will be a lot of pain. There's no question. Everybody's going to have pain. We're talking about laying off 200 people in the school district, 100 people on the city side, and yes, we're going to see a tax increase because we can't do it any other way. But as my father taught me, that if you tell people straight up, they'll either understand or they'll follow you. But at least be honest with your comment and tell them what you plan on doing. So I can tell you, we're in some difficult times. And it's not just in Manchester, it's across this country. And yeah, do we need change? Absolutely we need change. We need some fiscal responsibility that people are understanding what's happening in this country. We need fiscal responsibility at the state. And yeah, I'm concerned about downshifting. Because every time the downshift happens to the community, there's nobody below us that we can downshift it on, except for the taxpayer. So I'm paying close attention to what's happening in Concord, and very close attention to what's happening in Washington. And I know that we don't want to see pork, but we want to make sure that we don't hurt communities. That's something that we all have to understand and talk to our congressman about saying we don't need bridges to nowhere, but we do need city years. City year is part of AmeriCorps, and we have 50 Corps members in Manchester that are helping the 5 most disadvantaged schools that we have in this city. They're there and they're helping those students, and they're making a difference. But as a city, we can't do it alone. It's important that we make sure that that funding stays, because if they leave, we're going to have a big void in this city. And we can't afford to lose those 50 members when you talk about education. So again, Mayor, welcome to Manchester, and the next time I'm taking you to Creamland.